Today I'm going to talk about Dinotopia, the book series and also a weird 2002 miniseries that I loved as a kid. Yes, it was a 2002 4-hour miniseries. I thought it was a movie, but I watched it as a kid, so I don't know. Hallmark made it. But anyway, Dinotopia is this series of books that is just fantastic. I'm going to try to talk a little bit slower during this episode, even though I'm very, very, very excited about this stuff. I have realized I probably need to be a little less spastic with my presentation of things. But anyway, you may have heard of Dinotopia. It's more likely that you saw the artwork from Dinotopia. These amazing, amazing oil paintings that we'll talk about. It all starts in 1992 with James Gurney, who created the first Dinotopia book. He was an artist who created this world, right? And it's a portmanteau of dinosaur utopia. It became Dinotopia. And his story is interesting. He actually worked for Nat Geo, and he would do paintings of ancient cities to be like, nobody's seen this ancient city. This is probably what it looked like in its prime to the inhabitants, which is insanely interesting in and of itself. So he was a creative guy. And then he did these two paintings. One was called Waterfall City, and one was called Dinosaur Parade. And after making those, he kind of felt inspired to create this island society of Dinotopia. And it was kind of a place where sapient dinosaurs and shipwrecked humans lived together in a society. Super, super interesting. So I kind of have this obsession with worlds that are created by different people. And actually, if you give me a second here, I'm gonna grab a book. And again, if I ever show a book or shout out a channel or anything, I'm not sponsored by them. This is just things that I like. I bought this book at Barnes & Noble. It's called Literary Wonderlands. And it just has a bunch of literary worlds, right? Neverland's in here, The Land from the Time Machine, Oz, Lost World, just like so many things from literature and the different worlds that people have created. And I love the idea of people. We'll probably do a whole video about this and about other worlds, and maybe I'll do many videos about it, but I'm obsessed with people who create worlds. Tolkien, you know, J.M. Barrie, Rudyard Kipling is a big one. There's so many. Edgar Rice Burroughs from that era I like a lot, but all the way up to the present time. Like, I grew up on Harry Potter, I grew up on Percy Jackson, just these things that just transported you to this other world. And it really is, like I said in the Jim Henson episode, if you've seen it, about puppets, nerdiest episode I've ever made, and I love it. It really is like somebody opened a door in the universe to another world. You know, they were the engine, the creative engine behind it, and they made this world. And I find that fascinating. So I want to shout out some of the maybe lesser known ones. So the first of those is Dinotopia. That kind of sounded like an introduction, and maybe I should have started the video with that. But watching that movie as a kid just gave me, and you felt this, I know you have, this intense sense of adventure and sense of wonder of like, oh, I want to go there. I want to be there. I want to live in that place. And that sort of stuff is just healthy, I think. Your imagination needs exercise just like anything else does. Just like your body, your brain, your mind, everything. And your soul, if you believe in those sorts of things. Creativity and imagination are like muscles. And so that just really, really, really stretched my imagination, inoculated it against the kind of sort of cynical adultism that came in later that was saying like you had to put those childish things away. And again, we'll talk about childhood wonder in another video. These paintings are beautiful. They're just gorgeous. I think, you know, he's done hundreds of oil paintings for his different books. And it all started with the first book, Dinotopia, A Land Apart from Time, which was a resounding commercial success. Like I said, I think this one book was translated into 18 languages. It went to 30 countries. It sold 2 million copies. I hadn't said that yet. Actually, it was just written earlier. But then there were 3 more books that came. Dinotopia, The World Beneath, Dinotopia, First Flight, and Dinotopia, Journey to Chandara, sorry. Wow, my own handwriting is awful. But anyway, these are amazing, spectacular books. And the cool thing is that Gurney would keep up with recent paleontological discoveries. So if there was like newly discovered dinosaurs while he was writing these books, he would include them, like Gigantosaurus and Microraptor, and that's just super cool. And like, dinosaurs are just cool, man. Like, I'm a dude, I'm just like an adult man, and I think dinosaurs are cool. And if anybody tells me otherwise, screw those people, because dinosaurs are freaking cool, and we're gonna do more videos about freaking dinosaurs. Also, starting in 1995, other authors collaborated with Gurney, because he was primarily an artist, but a lot of authors wanted to set their books in Dinotopia because it's a freaking cool place. And 18 Dinotopia books were produced since 1995 that are kind of set there. And we kind of need a resurgence of Dinotopia. Like someday I'll make a Dinotopia movie if I could ever get the rights to it. I just love that setting. And you know, it kind of spawned a lot of creativity and a lot of other sorts of things there. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'll probably include a lot of the artwork from Dinotopia so you can see it, maybe even scenes from the movie. You know, it was 2004, so it was early CGI and stuff, but the kind of magic and charm of it was there for me, and the intrigue of the deeper mythology that kind of was underneath all of the stories that were happening, which I think is just amazing world building. You know, we see that in a lot of this stuff. So yeah, you can create a world any day, any second you want. You can just create a world, and it doesn't have to be a book. It doesn't have to be 7 books like Harry Potter or a huge enormous volumes like Lord of the Rings. It can be a drawing, it can be a poem. You know, like I have a couple of friends that are creating worlds, and some of them do it through writing, some of them do it through filmmaking, some of them do it through painting, poetry. Dinotopia is written like journals, like Edgar Rice Burroughs, that sort of exploratory fiction, like as if somebody's writing the journal of their adventure, and that's a very accessible way to start things. And I just think they're amazing. And yeah, it's maybe a shorter episode today, but if you haven't checked out Dinotopia, maybe you should, because I think it's freaking cool. And anyway, I love you guys, and bye.